Indiana's religious freedom law is heading into history books with coast-to-coast reaction from politicians around the country.
And the clock is ticking to find some grounds to agree on when it comes to Iran's nuclear powers. Are the talks headed in a dangerous direction? Good morning, Michiana, and welcome to ABC 57 News at 4:30. I'm Emily Evans.
And I'm Drew Gardner. Those stories are just ahead. First, we do want to start with a check of our forecast. Meteorologist Greg Bobus here in the Weather Center now with a look at that. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning. Had a little bit of light rain overnight in a couple of spots. Still seeing a few scattered showers. Nothing too major. It'll be out of here relatively quickly. And then it'll leave us with some sunshine later on today. Look at where our temperatures are. Thanks to the fact it's been so cloudy overnight, we didn't dip down all that much at all compared to yesterday morning. We're starting off comfortable. We're at 50 right now in South Bend, Benton Harbor, Knox, and Warsaw. 52 degrees, your temperature just after 4:30 this morning right now in Rochester. Not a bad way to start by any means. You can see the satellite radar image here. We still have a couple of lingering showers tracking their way through. Again, not going to last that much longer. We'll take a look at when the rain exits, when the clouds exit, when the sunshine comes back into the forecast. Today won't be quite as warm as yesterday. We got into some mid, even a few upper 50s and a few isolated spots. Today, we're looking more low to possibly mid 50s if we're lucky. So not much cooler, but a little bit on the noticeable side. The breeze will dial on back a little bit today, so that's at least nice. The wind finally tapering down, but take a look. A little cloudy to start off the morning because those showers still working their way out. 47 by noon, 50 degrees by 3 p.m. We'll go right around the low 50s for South Bend itself for the high temperatures, but we get a little bit warmer. Your Wednesday and even your Thursday, both going to be on the warmer side. One of those days will give us a chance for rain, though, as well, and we'll look ahead to that coming up in just a little bit. Drew.
All right, Greg, sounds good. A lot of eyes are on Indiana again today as more people weigh in on a just-inked law.
The Religious Freedom Restoration Act is stirring up opinions from lawmakers in states thousands of miles away, and you might be surprised what they think about this law could affect our local economy. But let's start with our own local politicians. South Bend's Mayor Pete Buttigieg was on MSNBC's Politics Nation Monday night, saying he thinks the law not only does nothing to protect human rights, but also is bad for business.
Well, when you're a mayor, you spend so much time and energy trying to attract businesses, trying to attract people to your community. Part of how you do that is you try to demonstrate that it's a 21st century community, that it's open to all.
Indiana Governor Mike Pence has been the face of this law since he signed it last week. New today, he's firing back against critics like Mayor Buttigieg in an op-ed story in the Wall Street Journal. His team sent us a few excerpts from that piece that you can read this morning, defending his actions in signing the bill.
He says, quote, "I abhor discrimination. I believe in the golden rule that you should do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If I saw a restaurant owner refuse to serve a gay couple, I wouldn't eat there anymore." And lawmakers are taking all the attention swirling around this law seriously.
On Monday, Republican leaders worked behind closed doors to try and find a way to clarify the wording of the bill. In an interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos on Sunday, Pence said he'd be open to clarifying it, but not changing it. Lawmakers say critics are misinterpreting the law, and it was written to guide the courts when it comes to protecting religious freedoms.
Local politicians in the state capitol are pushing back against the bill, passing a measure last night that opposes the law. Indianapolis City Council members brought up the last line of the Pledge of Allegiance for liberty and justice for all in their arguments. The measure passed with an overwhelming majority.
Now to leaders from all over the country who are sounding off against the landmark law by tightening their purse strings when it comes to traveling here. Seattle's mayor set the tone last week, banning city workers from traveling to the Hoosier State on taxpayer dollars. And now other officials are following suit, including the governor of Connecticut.
I found it disturbing, disgraceful, and outright discriminatory. It harkens back to a time when states were allowed to pass laws that treated their citizens differently. That system should remain in the history books and not be reborn in this country state by state.
Malloy's executive order officially bans state-funded travel here.
Some states see the new law as an example and are now working on drafting similar bills in their own chambers. Down in Texas, House members have drafted a bill that would allow a business owner the right to refuse goods or services to any person based on a sincerely held religious belief. The bill is still in committee, so lawmakers aren't sure just yet how it would potentially clash with the city non-discrimination ordinances that are already in place.
Stay with us for continued coverage of this hot topic law. Right now, our Brandon Pope is working on a fresh report to bring us coming up at the top of the hour right here on ABC 57 News.
In other news, local police agencies are teaming up with the FBI to find out who pulled the trigger, shooting and killing a 32-year-old man in Benton Harbor. Police say Ronnie Lindsay's body was found early Monday morning near his home on Levette Avenue. That's on the city's south side. They say he died on the sidewalk of a gunshot wound.
Mishawaka police uncovered a meth lab inside an abandoned home, and ABC 57 wanted to know, do vacant homes become magnets for crime? If so, what is the city planning to do about it? ABC 57's Alyssa Marino talked with the mayor last night and has his answer.
Devin Dietz, a family man.
The schools are good, they like it around here.
Born and raised in Mishawaka.
It's safer usually around here.
Is usually proud of his home city.
The neighborhood was really good when we first moved in.
That is up until now.
It just looks like Mishawaka's falling apart. That's what it looks like.
A strong statement prompted by a strong odor. A meth lab found inside a home that's
been vacant for about 2 years.
A home that turned into the focal point of a drug raid.
He started to supposedly do work in the house, and really what he was doing is what he found out to be a meth lab.
Dietz is now concerned about this eyesore turned crime scene in his neighborhood.
It's uncomfortable, I guess you would say.
But is it something residents across the city should be worried about? Mayor Dave Wood doesn't think so.
We have so few vacant homes. We've really put a lot of effort into code enforcement.
Effort illustrated through a plan called the Top 100 program, where city leaders go out with code and label the 100 worst properties.
And then we develop a plan come spring to bring them into full compliance.
A plan similar to South Bend's 1,000 Homes in 1,000 Days initiative. As for crime, Mayor Wood says
it's fairly uncommon in Mishawaka, but it does occur from time to time.
He just hopes residents like Dietz and his family can take comfort in knowing the city is doing what they can. But Dietz wishes more could be done.
Being an eyesore just sitting there.
Believing it might take more than just a hammer and nails to clean up the problem in his neighborhood.
They just boarded it up and said, that's it.
That was our Alyssa Marino reporting. The mayor told her, if you know of anything going on in your neighborhood that you think needs to be addressed, don't hesitate to give his office a call. And for more information on Mishawaka's Top 100 program, head to abc57.com.
Warm weather headed our way today and especially tomorrow could have you thinking about spring cleaning. But fire officials want you to be careful when it comes to cleaning up leftover leaves still on your property from the fall. High winds this time of year make brush fires especially dangerous. Most cities have burn bans in place inside city limits, but out in the county is a different story.
If you do decide to burn your leaves, do it in some type of an approved burn container, and have a garden hose or some water nearby.
If you do live in South Bend, the city's relief program is about to start. Street crews will suck up any leaves you rake all the way to the curb. That's starting next Monday until the 17th.
Some changes are happening at busy Indiana interchanges that could make left-hand turns safer. INDOT says they're adding 10 new traffic signals along US 30 and US 6 that will have flashing yellow turn arrows to give drivers more of a heads up when it's too late to turn.
And we are a little more than a week away now from opening day at Four Winds Field.
Here at ABC 57 News, we're very excited about the historic day. You can see we've got the countdown clock counting us down to the very first pitch. Also exciting, there are brand new signs at Four Winds Field where ABC 57 feels right at home. Check out the new signs over center field that went up on Monday. We'll show you those soon. And come next Thursday, we'll bring you live coverage from the mound, starting with our morning show at 5 a.m. Time is now 4:39. Negotiators from both sides aren't giving up much as talks continue over Iran's nuclear powers, and the deadline is looming.
Plus, a dad from Maine is setting an example for his kids on what it means to be kind. His kindness is life-saving.
And temperatures this morning mild, this afternoon relatively mild as well. We're tracking a few exiting showers and then not much to worry about until our next round of rain comes in on Thursday. We'll see you back here for your forecast up next.